how bad things were, that you could be that poor. How could you believe in God, so to speak? I didn't know what's related to God.
No, because you know what, Betsy? I was the youngest of our family. Forget Evie and Stephanie. So you guys all left the house. You don't know what was left there. So you're sitting in that stupid little store. Goddamn customer doesn't walk in. I'm sitting there for like whole summers. But they have Mae West and Joe Louis and Cokes and orange Fantas in the refrigerator. How could you not help yourself? Did we have a toothbrush in our house? No.
It's inconceivable for us.
No, but that's how we grew up. That's
No,
how
I know,
grew up.
but I mean, it's amazing what you provided for your children with Bet's, like with your whole.
Yeah.
All of you guys.
Because
Because for me, it's inconceivable, and that's what you wanted, I'm sure. You wouldn't want your children to.
So that's what
No, I wanted
the
better than I
difference
had,
is,
that's
yeah.
for sure.
The kids and now your kids are following that too.
But I also was lucky, James. Because if I had kept the job at the hardware store, I'd still be at the hardware store. But somehow
He was a good man. I remember that story.
I fell into furs by absolute luck because Donna threw me out.
Donna threw you
My
out?
sister-in-law.
Peter's wife?
Yeah. You see,
How old were
nobody
you at
knows
that
my
time?
story. But I should write it down.
You should write it down. But tell us the story.
Definitely.
I got our little band a contract Friday and Saturday night, believe it or not, in a topless club.
Boy, you lucky guy.
Wow, that's like
Kids.
bonus.
We were 16 years old.
Still.
Okay, so it was on the corner of Iberville and Mount Royal.
What a memory he has, shit.
Well, that's not hard to remember. I remember that we finished at 2 o'clock in the morning. All right, and we put our instruments in taxi, and the taxi would drive everybody home. And then we might have had $10 or $15 each left over. So Father said to me, don't forget now he had lost his job, and he was starting to go. He was.
Even that young when you were like 16, 17.
Well, because it's a long story. He mortgaged his buildings that were finally paid off, which was miraculous. He did a good job at that. But he didn't have a son that he could be proud of. I'm sorry for my frankness.
Jerry, you know what? I'm going to interfere because there's something good coming up and I want to leave it at that. Because we've all
Okay, I
had...
thought I was going to tell you a little bit of my life.
Non, mais tu parlais de ta job, là, puis t'as encore atterri sur ton père.
Yeah, okay, because I had this
Et
job.
Donna.
So the father threw me out. One Friday night, he'd warned me. If you come home after midnight, you're out. I came home at 2 o'clock in the morning. He had an inside door latched. I had a key for the door at the street level. And then when you walk up the stairs, it's a tenement, there's a door. So I hear footsteps coming, and I'm thinking, I hope it's Fortini, my stepmother. It's my father. And his one look at me, his eyes bulge, his foot comes up, bang, I go tumbling down the stairs. Where am I going to go? It's 2 o'clock in the morning, Peter's house. So I lived there for a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, maybe a month, I don't know. Going to school, not going to school, not knowing what to do. So one day Donna had it. She had her brother there who
Still there.
wasn't the cleanest guy. And she did his cooking and his cleaning, and then there was me, and then there was Peter, who's an absolute slob. So she can't get rid of her brother, she can't get rid of Peter, but I'm an easy target. So don't come home unless you have a job. So I went up and got a job. I didn't like it. Went out and got another job. And one day I went to a job on Mayor Street where the fur business is, for a dress company, and he told me, if you had just been here 10 minutes earlier, I just hired somebody. Boy. So I walked up, looked at all these things. I'm going to start at this end of the street, it's a short street, and I'm going to get a job. And the first place I walked into, Glassman and Mason. Glassman was the old boss that wore the glasses. And as I'm looking for work, no, get out, like this. And surprised at his reaction, but as I'm walking out the door, I hear another voice calling, "Boy, come back! Boy, come back!" So I turn around and I see a younger man, going like this. And he says to his father-in-law, "I would hire you, but not with your hair like that." So I said, "I'll cut my hair when I have money, first paycheck."
You said that?
Yeah.
This is ballsy for a kid that was like on the street, just about.
Well, no, I went to go back to Donna, but she's not going to keep me forever.
I hear you, but I'm
There's a
saying
warning
like,
here.
you were in a dire situation.
So anyway, to make a long story, he gave me money to get a haircut.
Bravo.
And I got a haircut where he pointed, and I came back and gave him his change. And he says, "You didn't leave her a tip?" And I said, "No, you could have left. Give him. You could have left 5 cents." He said, "It's not my money." This was 1967, 68. So 10 cents was a lot of money. Anyway, to make a long story short, I ended up in Ferguson's by pure luck, and that's when the Ferguson started to take off, and people wanted fur. So I wouldn't have to sell fur. All I have to be there was to serve them when they wanted to buy. The only difference was I didn't wait for them to come to me. I took the truck and went to them. And they'd say, "Oh, would you have a raccoon, a size 18, this big woman wants a raccoon coat?" If I do, he'd buy it. And if he didn't, I have something else. So I did business, but I was able to make money there.
A lot of
So
money.
I could pay off that mortgage.
Amazing.
Whereas I was working at a hardware
He did
store or
everything
somewhere else,
for
they'd never pay
my
it.
father.
So I was lucky.
There was luck involved, but
There was luck
to
involved.
continue that success was not lucky. I would
Yeah,
say.
you know what? The hardest part about that was to get that job with the girls dancing naked in front of you. And you want to know the funny part? And this is the truth. We were kids. So I'm singing and they're playing guitar and drums and these girls are dancing completely naked. So now our set is finished. We go in there and there's windows up here. Higher up though. But there was a table over there. So we brought the table over and we stand up on the table and we look down at the girls who are dancing naked as they're walking around with their brassieres and their panties. And that was more exciting.
I have these words for you.
Go ahead.
You are very, very, how to put it in, you are very God-gifted. It's like he always says about, how good, Philo's, good in school or whatever, good, but, I'm sorry, he says, Marco is gifted, Mom. You were gifted in so many ways. You are so gifted, and your heart is the most. Your mind,
We didn't
you
know
only
that.
finished grade 7 or 8. You had, I think it was 7 and 8, so what you've achieved. So now this is what we're going to talk, no more sadness, and that's the perfect time actually for you to get this. What does it say?
The Beatles,
kind of a great card.
but the Beatles aren't there.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
open
nice.
the
It's Abbey Road.
Yeah, but open it. You'll see the interior.
Oh, nice! That's sweet.
Oh, that's really nice.
So nice.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
From the other side.
That's the
Oh no, there they
Beatles.
are from this side.
Oh!
So rather than ruin that card,
Yeah.
we chose to write something.
It's a good idea.
This is Ayako's very beautiful handwriting, not my own. I'll start on the other side, I think. Yeah.
This,
Wow.
this was going to be, that you were going to get,
I just fell on telling us dirty jokes. Thank
It
you.
hasn't stopped, but from back then too.
I'm going to read this, I promise you right now, but before I go on, speaking of dirty jokes, here's a dumb joke. No, I did this.
You did this.
We have a neighbor who's a very nice man. He's got a heart of gold. He's not an educated man, he's not a rich man, but that's who he is.
But it's not stupid either.
He's not
It's-
stupid, I never
it's
said
normal,
stupid.
Like this.
So, but the man doesn't have teeth.
Embarrassing.
And I watched him once eat toast in the morning, and I thought, wow, I see areas where I don't have teeth, and I know your gum gets harder, and you could live with it. But to make a long story short, I'm on Facebook, and I see this stupid joke on a site that I sometimes stop to look at, only if it appears. And it's a woman who taps on the bus driver's shoulder and says, "Would you like some peanuts?" Sorry.
Mais arrête de rire, sinon
So
on va
the
rien
bus
comprendre.
driver
stop laughing because
says, "Thank you very much," and he eats his peanuts, and this woman notices that he's out of peanuts, so she brings him some more. And he says, "Thank
You even don't have the end of the story and
Thank
you're
you
laughing.
so
It's
much."
great.
And then she
Okay,
notices again that he ate all the peanuts, so she brings him some more, and he says to her, "No, thank you, madam. I've had enough peanuts for today." She says, "Oh, but I prepared them just for you." He says, "Really? Why don't you eat them?" Because I don't have teeth. He says, oh my God, why the hell do you spend money on them then? She says, because I love the chocolate. So for some reason I thought it was ridiculously funny. I'm laughing to myself, and Belanger says, why are you laughing? He says, hey, here, look at this joke. So she starts laughing. Okay, over. Now we're next door at our neighbors.
2 days later, you know.
With his wife on her day off. And he has built a pétanque, you know, where you throw the ball and try to get your ball closer to the little ball. So he invites us to play, and as we're playing, I'm a little bored. So I decided to tell him a joke. This is the joke that I choose. So they don't laugh.
He didn't laugh?
No.
He has no teeth, so he thought it was.
We're walking home, and she says to me, what the hell came over you to tell her that joke? I said, what do you mean? She says, he has no teeth. No, fuck. That's why he didn't laugh.
I've never heard him laugh so much, you know, so I'm very happy to hear that.
But you see, I could be so thick.
Anyways, let James.
I want to go under the table.
Oh my God.
The light's back here.
Can you read it?
Here.
Yeah.
You want me to read it for you?
Here it is.
Oh my God. He told you these things to write.
Yes. Tell, can you, wait,
Says you've been such a leader for our whole family over the years.
Bravo.
From being a protective little brother to Peter, working at the dépanneur, then working with your ass off at Bill Furco, and bringing my papu with you to your trips. Yes,
I
that's
tell the
true.
story to everybody now, right? It's hilarious.
Boy. Family members giving so generously. However, I'm sure it's touching. I don't want to cry. But I'm going to read it later, okay?
But please,
Can I read it to you?
Okay.
please.
He's gonna cry.
Because I don't have my glasses. They're in the car.
May I read it to you?
Sure.
Can I give you my phone or your phone to take a picture, please? Or a video or something?
Kiki's on it. This is going. So it says, Dear Uncle Terry, you have been such a leader for our whole family over the years. I may cry too, by the way.
All right, let's go.
From being a protective little brother to Peter, working at the dépanneur, then working your ass off to build Furco, bringing Papu with you on your trips, employing family members, giving so generously over the years to all of us. I know you gave to help Bets bring me on trips to other countries for my health. And personally, as an uncle to Mako and me, you were always the best, telling us dirty jokes and giving us money not to tell our parents, driving like a maniac on Montreal streets to get us airborne over a hill, and of course the music. That inspiration has lasted generations now with Emile and Philou both loving and playing instruments. You were the most fun uncle, and you have made a lasting impact on our lives. As we've grown and matured, we've come to understand that you are also an incredible father, brother, son, and a highly principled man. And now you're also an amazing Papu yourself. Our respect for you has only grown. You faced such terrible challenges, and yet you have retained your warm and loving demeanor. 2 years ago, you revealed to me a dream. The family was immediately on board to make it happen. This gift for you is because of the inspiring man you have been and the amazing man that you still are today. With our love, gratitude, and respect, Betts, James, Ayako, Mako, Rose, Felix, and Emile.
Thank you, James.
Wow.
I love you.
I love you.
And I don't kiss on the bed.
Now, sit down.
Wait a minute.
You were going to get it yesterday. That was at the dinner.
I wasn't here yesterday.
No, it's okay. You were gonna get it a year ago, but COVID.
Ayako, I love you.
I love
You fit in perfectly, so.
you. Yes.
See that little space there? Just right in with it.
You ready, Kiki?
Oh boy.
It was
It's not something else?
Yeah, there's a
was
gift.
a little bit bigger. Something more than a card.
Close your eyes.
Yeah, keep them closed. Or open them.
Oh my fucking god.
You are crazy.
You're crazy.
You told me this was your dream guitar.
Yes, it was.
And we wanted to make it happen because you fucking deserve it.
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh baby. Thank you guys.
American Pro.
Oh my God.
Wow.
$2 million or something.
What did you say? What did you say?
Stupidity. You are crazy.
You deserve it so much.
Look at that beauty.
I don't know what to say.
that looks
I'm
good
at a
in
loss
your
for
way.
words. This is a no.
Is it right? Does it? Because
Look at him. Of course.
It's okay.
it's the same
awesome.
color Keith Richards plays.
And you know, talking about job, this is such a perfect balance
My God.
to
Thank
see
you guys.
how everybody sees you, Terry. You are
What
the
is
most-
this?
It seems to, if you press it down, it seems to mute it more, and if you let it go, it's louder.
So it's a little extra tone, so you get like a deadening tone or a brighter tone.
Okay.
Wow.
Jesus Christ, man.
I'm gonna get
You
an.
gonna play with
I'm
that?
gonna get an amp. We have an amp here.
Okay.
I thought you went home and got your
Unbelievable.
guitar.
So Terry, you may wonder, because you asked me, I almost blurted out, because I said, well, James coming, whatever.
I'm at a loss.
But the reason why is,
I really am.
well, because
I'm shocked. I'm 70 years old.
she wouldn't have been here tomorrow.
I mean, I can't keep
So
this for
this is
50
why.
years. It's going to be worth more money. Wow.
We haven't played this amp in a little while, but
This was to come earlier.
Oh
but
my God.
I took it off it, but you know,
there's some
give it to you.
little toys in here. There's keys for the case and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
You get free lessons from Fender.
Oh, yeah?
As if you need them.
I think you also get. It was bought at Long and McQuaid, so you get a free setup within a year. So if you whatever, 10 months from now or something, you want to get it set up again, you get a free setup.
Well, your timing is perfect.
You are unbelievable, guys.
You are unbelievable. You know, Freddie is back.
I hear you guys are doing wonderful things.
We sound really good together. We always did.
Family.
So this was this whole reason, everything, to try to mastermind it because Ayako couldn't be there tomorrow. So then they thought they'll throw the dinner. So the blessing is that Ayako gets the honor
Thank you, James.
Of course.
because James said, Mom, Ayako's going to present the guitar. I said, absolutely, because she would have missed because it's a group of, your nieces and nephews. Imagine that your nephew remembers Terry. How many years later that this is what you wanted in your dream?
You do have the receipt just in case.
Yeah, it is
Thank you.
refundable or exchangeable.
I have a tuner in my bag.
Sorry, I don't have a tuner here.
I have a tuner in my bag.
Sorry, watch the cord.
He was worried you might damage it.
He doesn't want to give it to me.
Can I give you a cup of tea?
No, thank you. I'm fine, but
What about anything else? You did great, James. Thank you.
I'm fine.
Look what you did to me. Oh, that's what.
nuts.
What did you say?
He said you guys are nuts.
Oh, yes.
So that much honor. Because Uncle won't be there tomorrow. So the blessing is
You're working from home or what?
Yeah.
Okay, and still, even if it's at home, you have to be.
Yeah, it's actually getting a bit busier at work. So.
Oh yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
and Ayako is so loyal. She's so loyal. You, like half and half. Like, there's James, there's Ayako.
Yes, and we're
Honor.
gonna play in the park with our acoustics.
Yeah, I think we're
Yeah.
definitely gonna do that.
Okay.
This, I'm not sure if we can how we can
And
work
is
it
it
out,
for a
but
long time?
we're
or
kind of
you
just
work
playing
at
things by
home,
ear.
or-
We could play electric guitar
Been
without being
working at
loud.
home since March
Yes.
last year.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, so that's-
starting January
well-
will be, they call it